All right, once again, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome down to Soft TV. Your man FGL back again after that 1 month hiatus. Had some business to conduct. And Pete Hofflish is on business of his own right now for this week. And we've got stepping into Pete's shoes. Please put your hands together and welcome Trampus helping out today. Yes.
Hi there, everyone. Nice to be here. My name is Trampus Django.
And he's a country and western singer. Well, a bit more of Trampus a bit later on. Two fantastic artists today. We've got Babushka, funky sounds of Babushka coming up around 5 o'clock or so. But right now, please put your hands together and give a warm welcome to Brian Pereira.
There's this haze in the sky on a Sunday afternoon. There's a tear in my eye. It takes away the mood. A blur of gray is all I see. It's in the air, it's in the breeze, it's in our bodies as we breathe. Take me back to a clearer day. Take me back to a healthy way. Give me air that is free from haze. Can we find a way? Give me sun on my Sunday. Help me wipe my tear away. Take me back to a clearer day. Can we find a way to stop this haze? There's a fire far away. It's been raging on for weeks. Concern is all around. Control is what we seek. Pollution clouds the region skies as forests burn and trees die. Can we combat a raging fire? Take me back to a clearer day. Take me back to a healthy way. Give me air that is free from haze. Can we find a way to give me sun on my Sunday? Help me wipe my tear away. Take me back to a clearer day. Can we find a way? Or can we find a way to stop this haze? Yeah. We gotta stop this haze. We gotta stop this haze. We gotta stop this haze. Stop this haze. Stop this haze.
All right, fantastic stuff. All right, people. Brian Pereira. Well, Brian, welcome down to Soft TV.
Thank you for it.
There was an excellent tune. What was the title of that first song?
Well, it's called A Haze.
Haze.
And I wrote it actually quite a long time ago in 1994.
All right.
When we actually had our first episode of Haze.
So it is about the haze.
Unfortunately, it's still relevant today.
Yeah. Well, I call it smog, but that's me alone, It's like, ponding. Okay. And other assortative. Brian, like I said, welcome. It's so great to have you here today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Let's start at the beginning. Right at the beginning. How did it all start for you?
At the beginning, well, I like music, and I only began writing songs about 20 years ago.
20. Only, wow. Okay.
20 years ago.
All right.
And I do it as an outlet, to relieve stress. and I
Alright.
write about all kinds of stuff.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Okay. So beyond the 20 years, I'm sure there was a start before you even started writing songs. Were you a consummate performer? Or
Well,
was it a hobby thing for you?
it was a hobby thing. Every now and then I get invited here and there to play, but it's a hobby thing.
All right. So
Yeah.
so what was your first memories of your first ever gig?
Actually, when I was like so high, I was performing with my
really?
brother.
Wow. Okay.
We were like we go around and we would play here and there, but we were very young then.
Okay. You were a duo and
Yeah,
you did covers. And what kind of stuff do you play?
Actually, I'm influenced by people like the Beatles.
Oh, aren't we all? Yeah, definitely.
I like Tom Waits.
Okay.
I really love Paul Simon
Mm.
and the singer-songwriter
definitely.
types. Yeah, like Sting and these people. Yeah.
Yes, all the heavyweights. Yeah. And so you guys were just, doing as a duo,
Yes.
playing
yes,
here
yes,
and
I
there.
do, yes.
So when was it that you realized, hey, I want to take this further. I want to write my own songs. 20 years ago, you mentioned?
Yeah, about 20 years ago, I decided I don't want to do covers. Let's try and write stuff. So one of the first few songs was like Haze. Then so I was just trying to. For me, it was easier to write, and it still is easier to write when I have a very clear theme in mind. So I wrote about the haze, about the economic downturn, love songs, that sort of thing.
Okay. So the fact that you write love songs as well, I guess
Yes.
that doesn't pin you as a protest artist.
No, I'm not.
I mean, Quasi Dylan, that kind of stuff. Okay. But actually, it was an excellent song. I
Thank you.
lovely song. And now that you mention love songs as well,
Yeah.
okay. And you've recorded 2 albums so far. Am I right?
Yes, I've done two solos, and I've done one children's album as well. So two solos and one.
Wow, that's
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Tell us about the albums, the solo album.
Okay, the first one was done a long time ago, way back in the year 2000, 2001. And one of the people who was involved is none other than Mr. Soft himself, Mr. James Wu.
Mr. James Wu. But the camera is banned from getting on him.
So
I think
he helped me in one
Sneak in
song.
a cameo if we can.
And another person who helped out was Mr. Kevin Matthews. He did one song as well. He
okay.
helped out in one song, but it was a fun thing. It was way back then. Yeah. So
And the album was called 1050, was it?
no,
That
that
was-
that
that
album
was
was
the-
called. That was the first one. It was called From My Window.
All right.
And this 1051. This is the second album that I did. Second solo that I did last year.
All right.
This was done recently, just last
So
year.
this is 1050. I'll just hold it up
1050.
for.
Yes.
Let's see if we get a shot here. We can.
It's on Bandcamp.
You look very young down here.
Thank you. It's the marvels of Photoshop and makeup.
But you look cool, brother. You look very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, much younger than me. For 50
We're the same age.
SG50 indeed.
Yeah, we're SG50 people.
So, we were talking about the title of the album, 1050, and it was such an interesting story. Maybe you should share it with our listeners.
Okay. The reason why it's called 1050 is because I've actually been quiet for 10 years or so. And the reason for that was that I started my own business. It's called TESOL Teacher Training. I get people trained to teach English as a second language. I started that 10 years ago, and that kept me busy, and it's still keeping me busy now. And that settles the 10-bit. So it's been 10 years since I've done that. And 50 is because, I'll be 50 this year. So I decided to do something special. So that's why it's called 1050. And 1050 is also the time that I get back home after my class, which finishes at 10 if I have a night class.
Wow, pretty much a long day.
Yeah, and it costs 1050 also for the album.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, thanks for telling the price.
Okay. And basically, you're going to perform 5 originals for us today.
Yes.
And what's the title of the next song that you're going to do?
Okay, the next song is called I Do Love You Girl. It's about this story about this guy who goes overseas to work just for a short time. And he gives his girlfriend a reassurance that, well, he's coming back and he still loves her. So it's a love song. Okay.
Very much interested to hear. Let's see. Are we all ready, everybody? Right now, Leslie and... Okay, so the second time out this afternoon, everybody.
Thank you.
Pereira.
This one is done. This is the first song on the CD 1050. It's called I Do Love You, Girl.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Girl, although we may be miles apart, I profess you're always in my heart. And this separation's gonna be a temporary thing. I'll come back when my work is through. Then we'll be together, me and you. We'll build our hopes and dreams in our very special world. 'Cause I do love you, girl. I do love you, girl. You have made me dance and swirl. Though we're at different corners of the world, but still I do love you, girl. Promise me that you wait for me. Help allay my insecurity. 'Cause I'm afraid that some good-looking guy would come along. Please be strong. These crazy thoughts, they do bother me. 'Cause I don't want to lose you, no siree. Tell me, baby, you'll always be my very special pearl. 'Cause I do love you, girl. I do love you, girl. You have made me dance and swirl. Though we're at different corners of the world, but still I do love you, girl. I do love you, I do love you, girl. I do love you, I do love you, girl. Still, I do love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you.
I will love you, girl. Brian Pereira. All right, you guys are with Soft TV. And who was the inspiration for that song? I gotta ask you that. I've gotta ask you that. I see some funny looks right now by some people in the studio. But
yeah, but
okay, I think it wasn't about her. Oops. One of my blooper
Probably
moments.
a long lost, love back in the distant past.
something like that.
Something like that.
Moving right along.
Next.
But anyway, all in good fun. Anyway, the lyrics and your style of songwriting, who are some of your influences?
I like people like Paul Simon.
Yeah, he's like my
And
most favorite.
Yeah.
For me.
and I like Tom Waits too. And yeah, I get influenced a lot by. In fact, for Paul Simon, one of the first few songs I learned on the guitar was The Boxer.
You were jamming that a bit earlier on.
Yeah.
And I must say, I must compliment you on your Travis picking. Fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Really nice touch and lovely sound from the guitar. What guitar is it?
Well, this is a Maestro. It's a Singapore,
Singapore made. Yeah,
so
Maestro.
local all the way.
Yeah. Have you thought about installing a pickup and preamp and that's it?
I think I should if I get a
instead
bit
of-
more serious
yeah.
in performance.
That's another thing that we were chatting about. You don't seem to be performing live.
No, I don't.
So why? So you've got
Slowly getting back into it. Two reasons. One is that I started the business like 10 years ago, and that takes up my time, especially at nights. The other reason back then was that we had two young children, 8 and 5. Of course, now they're 15 and of course 18 and 15, so they don't need us anymore. Yeah. So perhaps now is it's a good time to slowly get back into performance, because I think we're facing maybe an empty nest syndrome right now. Now we have a bit more time for that. Yeah. So the boys, they have their own programs and all that. So that's it,
Okay. So without the strength of your live performances of the album, how did you actually market the two albums?
That's a very good question. It was done more out of it's a labor of love. And right now, after coming out with this, I'm really thinking of how to go about marketing this. It's on Bandcamp anyway.
All right. Yep.
And the other thing is that this album can be also found at Memphis. It's called Memphis. At this place,
Peninsula.
Yes,
Excelsior,
Peninsula. Yeah, it's a basement B109.
Right.
Yeah, so they sell the album. Yeah,
and it's 1050.
It's called 1050, and it costs 1050.
I remember that much.
1050.
Just in case, we'll get another shot up of the album, in case you wanna buy it. Or so.
We have got very good people who worked on the album. One of them is Raymond Rodriguez. He did a lot of the arrangements. They were done by him, and he did very well. He's very good in this. Yeah.
So I was wondering, Brett, how many songs are on the album?
And that 10 songs.
10 songs.
10 songs. Yes. So
not an extra song, hidden song. 1050. So
some of these songs. Some of these songs were written quite some time ago. And I've decided to put them, and some of the songs were actually on the first album, and I've decided to put them on the second album. It was redone, rearranged also. So I've decided to put some of the happier songs on this album. Yeah.
And what would you say, as an artist, would be your genre?
I think I'm more.
Or am I boxing you in by
I think I'm more of a folk person, and more country, more folk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just a bit of blues here and there. Yeah.
All right.
with a tinge of James Taylor.
With a tinge of James Taylor.
The heavyweights that I mentioned,
Yeah.
Paul Simon, James Taylor, and Tom Waits. My God, really good stuff. And and I used to perform a lot of material from all these people.
Wow, cool.
When I was doing the clubs, and I imagine you should be doing the same.
Maybe now. Maybe now.
Yeah. You mentioned that you did a children's album.
Yes.
And so what was that project all about?
Okay. Actually, that one came out in 2012. A friend of mine asked me whether I would be interested in coming out with an album. So basically I was commissioned to do it. So I came up with the songs, and as for the lyrics, this person she wrote the lyrics. So I came up with the songs, and we went to a studio and we recorded it.
So it was an acoustic.
No, it wasn't an acoustic. It's a
full band.
Full band. And
Okay.
and the interesting thing about this is every year Children's Day, they play the songs at Kallang Theatre songs.
Oh,
So yeah, it's
that's
a Children's
interesting.
Day thing. So it was quite
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Are you going to perform any material from the album today?
No, not from the Children's.
Okay, but or give us an example, to showcase your versatility. What kind of stuff was on the album?
I don't know whether I can remember. I don't know whether I remember this song. I cannot remember. Da 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 da. I don't even remember the words.
It happens.
Something like that.
It was a nice snippet.
Huh?
It was nice. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Like, till we see you again. Goodbye. Da 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 da. Goodbye. Till we see you again. See you soon, my precious friend. Something like that. Da 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 da. So it's a children's song. So you know,
Yeah,
go
it's
goodbye,
nice.
goodbye.
Sounding very Sesame Street.
Something like that. Sesame Street.
Sunny day.
Do you have Big Bird, like backing in
Like
the chorus?
that,
Yeah.
Listen,
And how was the experience? I'm sure it was something really totally,
Fun.
Out of the-
It's really fun when you get to see children, filling up Kallang Theatre. They all start,
Wow,
they start
that must have
singing
been
the
awesome.
songs and
yeah, I know what you mean because
Fun.
I currently perform with a blues band, believe it or not,
Cool.
and they actually perform in schools
Ah.
about once in a month or once in 2 months.
Yeah.
That's with the Boniface
Oh,
blues
wow.
band,
Okay.
and you see all these young kids.
Yeah.
They go crazy,
They're crazy.
It's as if we were at a concert, a blues concert, rock concert. And we feel when you walk on the stage, wow,
Yeah,
okay,
like a superstar.
superstar, okay. So I know exactly how you feel. Yeah, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's great for ego booster, definitely.
I think we need that at our age.
I think so too. But again, I say this: it'll be great if you could do the circuit again. Now that you have more time,
Yeah.
and the quality of the songs. Wow,
Thank you.
They're really good. They're lovely songs.
just want to- let's say you're gonna do the circuit again. Are you gonna do solo acoustic or would you get a band?
I have no idea because when it comes to if we have a band, it means practice. Practice means time. So I really don't know. Not yet.
So for the time being, maybe you just do it solo acoustic gig.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I'm slowly getting back to it.
Have you actually had a chance to pursue or look into some of the open mic?
Yes, in fact, I was at this place, The Beast. And I wrote a song for them. And we did it.
Beast would be Mike Spinks.
Yeah, Mike Smith. We did it 2 days ago, and then it's quite nice to. It's fantastic when they all started singing my song. The whole place started to sing the song. So it was a good feeling.
Wow, yeah.
So that was done 2 days ago. That was an open mic session thing. So I just did it for fun.
Because they've got the Beast is one. We've got the Diary Sessions. We've got Lung's rooftop cafe. Rooftop. What do you call it?
Rooftop sessions.
Rooftop, yeah,
cool.
the gamut is really, really opening up.
All right, cool.
And we've seen this last 1-2 years some really, really fantastic up and coming artists,
Wow, fantastic.
and and many of them in an acoustic genre, so similar to yours.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I certainly hope we will be seeing you in some of these. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll slowly get into it.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on to the third song, and do tell us about the next one, the next song.
Okay, this one was written on the 18th of November of last year. It's not on this album.
Okay.
Maybe on the next album. Who knows? It's called Lonely Town. It's about this girl being in the town and this lonely place, and she's feeling all alone. And of course, this guy comes along and wants to take her out of it. So it's
I won't make the mistake of asking you who the song is about this time. I'm just gonna take it as it's a modular. Okay.
It's a modern BGR relationship again.
Okay, it goes something like this.
All right, third time out this afternoon, Brian Pereira.
When you're on Lonely Avenue, hoping for someone to talk to, think of me, I won't let you down. Come to me now. when your life gives you the blues and you are lost without a clue. Think of me, please give me a shout. Come to me now. I will be there to hold your hand. I'll lend an ear to understand. Give me a chance and I'll take you away from lonely town. I'll put a smile back on your face, 'cause now it seems it's out of place. You need a chance to escape with me from lonely town. From lonely town. Come to me now. Come to me now. Will you become my special friend? We'll build a bond and grow in strength. We'll find joy, can I show you how? Come to me now. We'll build our dreams and grow in faith. We'll conquer fears and move ahead. We'll take a chance on love and quit this lonely town. I'll put a smile back on your face, 'cause now it seems it's out of place. You need a chance to escape with me from lonely town. From lonely town. Come to me now. Come to me now. Come to me now. Thank you.
All right. Brian Pereira,
Thank
such
you.
lovely, lovely songs. Great.
Thank you.
And I really, I don't, it's not just because I appreciate this genre of music, but I really love your songs.
Thank you.
Wonderful
This
stuff.
song is not on the album.
No, it's not.
This
It's
is
just
a really
written.
cool song. It's a very nice
Thank you.
song. Melodic.
Thank you.
And really pleasant to hear. And I love the lyrics,
Thank you. Thank you. It was done after the album. The album was released in September. This was in November, so I did it last year. No, it's November. Yeah.
You get the the feeling of you through the color of your lyrics, a girl traveling to a I exactly know exactly what you mean, what you're trying to say, and how many songs have you actually written?
I think 50. No.
50.
and I've come up with 10 of them. No, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
maybe about 60, 70 about there. Yeah.
Wow, 60, 70
Yeah.
songs, and you've recorded the two
No,
albums?
just a few of them are recorded. Yeah.
So your latest album and the one before,
Yeah.
they're basically acoustic based.
They're not. Actually, we have a band.
Full band,
full
okay.
band, yeah.
And what would you feel on your next album? Are you gonna go with the same full band concept, or
I think I would. Yeah. So I've got very good musicians who play on this. So I think
anybody we know in?
Hashim Suhaimi, fantastic guitarist from the Shaggies. Fantastic guitarist. He plays,
All right.
and he's really fantastic. And then Ray Rodriguez, he does the programming. Is very good. Yeah. So
I can imagine if you had a slide or pedal steel guitar player, it would be fantastic for some of the songs that you've written so far.
Thank you.
And I've heard so far.
Thank
Excellent. And we'll certainly be looking forward to your next album with a bated breath.
Thank you.
So, and you mentioned earlier that you run the gamut for your musical styles.
Mm.
And I think you've got a blues number
Thank
then
you.
in there
Yes,
as well.
but not today.
Oh, I don't have it today. That's a pity.
Okay, I'll do a next one.
Okay.
This one is written in February of this year.
All right.
All right. It's called Fantasy, the ECP song, the East Coast Parkway song.
Fantasy.
So you're singing about the East Coast Parkway.
No. This one is about this guy. He wants to take his girl out to ECP and have some good time there. But the trouble is that it's just a fantasy because
Wait.
she doesn't like him.
Okay. You realize that this is a PG show.
Yeah,
so you can't
Go
go
that
to,
easy for a meal.
okay.
For a meal. Yeah.
Seafood at the East
Seafood
Coast. Right.
only. But the problem is that she doesn't like him, so it's called a fantasy, the
At least you can
ECP
bring it to
song.
McDonald's if she doesn't like him.
Yeah.
You can test it, it's more easy.
Well, Brian, if you're ready, we're going to shoot straight into song number 4.
Okay. This
All
was-
right, the fourth time out this afternoon, Brian Pereira with
Thank you.
Fantasy.
One Sunday in the afternoon, I was bored, had nothing to do. So I began to dream of you, and the dream just grew. We'd go out till late at night as a couple, what a delight. But you told me I'm not your type. I was crushed by you. Wish we could take a walk along the beach, feel the sand under our feet. Somehow life would be so complete if you're with me. We could go have a meal at East Coast Park, stay for hours till it's dark, hold hands under the stars, but it's just a dream. So I'm here up on my bed with pen and paper and a song in my head, wishing you were here instead of grief and pain. What you said hurt me so, makes me want to crawl to a hole, but I will never let you go. I just want you to know. I wish we could take a walk along the beach, feel the sand under our feet. Somehow life would be so complete if you're with me. We could go have a meal at East Coast Park, stay for hours until it's dark, hold hands under the stars, but it's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's a fantasy. A dream. It's a fantasy. A dream is a fantasy. A dream is a fantasy. Thank
All
you.
right. Brian Pereira with all his fantasies. All these softies out there. You're on Soft TV. Brian Pereira, our first guest of the afternoon.
Thank you.
And Brian, again, I'm losing count of the number of times I've sing. Great song,
Thank you. Thank you.
fantastic. Melancholy feel there, so I can get in there.
Thank you.
Okay, and we were just talking about it a little bit early on. What the reason why you're looking at trumpets and myself? We're wearing Arsenal colors
Yeah.
today. And we are wearing yellow because Arsenal has qualified for the FA Cup final.
Yeah, second time in a row.
It spurs me on to play better.
I
Yes.
bet it does. And of course, we were just ripping Brian. Brian is a big Spurs fan.
Yes.
And he was saying that he should have worn the Spurs jersey today.
Yeah, should have.
He should have, but
Then Soft TV gets to see a big showdown. 2 against 1.
that's right. I certainly hope you're watching Kevin Matthews out there.
Kevin, need your help, Kevin.
Okay, that was the football interlude. Yeah. We all need to have our,
Yeah.
Okay, PD. All right, back on track. Back to the music. So you mentioned that you've got Bandcamp, right?
Yes.
For all the listeners out there, if you want to get to know music more, how do you got a Facebook page or you got a?
Actually, I don't. It's on Bandcamp.
Okay.
I'm very bad when it comes to.
Even how about?
It's on Bandcamp under Brian Pereira.
All right.
And it will be
you don't have anything on YouTube or?
No.
Because I had this problem when I was researching you. I could not find anything in YouTube, in Facebook. I didn't go to Bandcamp until it was too late.
Yeah.
So only Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. I have a song that's done on YouTube that my son actually uploaded for me some time ago. It's called Haze. So it's the original version on the first album. It's Haze. It's still there on YouTube. I think it was uploaded like four years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's about it.
So how do we search for it? You just type in Brian Pereira,
Haze and Brian Pereira. So it should be there. It should still be there, I think. But under Bandcamp, this album 1050 is there, Brian Pereira. Yeah.
You mentioned now that you've got all this free time or your free year,
free year now.
Free year. What do you actually hope to achieve with your music and with your upcoming albums?
I haven't actually thought about it, but I think my next song that I'm going to write is going to be the Empty Nest Syndrome.
Okay.
Now that the children are gone and
actually,
doing their own thing,
the alienation thing, they are very prevalent in Paul Simon. That was Simon and Garfunkel actually, their first album, the alienation thing. Yeah. Okay, so if you had your own way, you had unlimited budget, had your own, you could really do the next album or any go on a tour to promote your album.
Yes.
What would be your dream setup?
Dream setup as in
the band, you getting working with like orchestra or I don't know.
It'll be some of my songs. I mean, if I can really get it done properly, orchestrated, it's fantastic.
String section,
some string section. That'll be a dream. That would be fantastic if that could be done. But it's just a dream. It's a fantasy.
Yeah, like fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
And all puns aside, fantasy would be great with a mini string section in there, and you could just tell from the colors in there.
Thank you.
Remember, dreams can come true.
I hope so.
You may never know.
Never know. Oh, yeah.
And to how far do you want to push it, the music? What do you really hope to achieve in this year of SG50?
I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought, but right now, perhaps to start performing regularly, because I've been out of it for more than 10 years. So I'm slowly trying to get back into performance if I have the time to do it at night, because I teach like 3 or 4 nights in a week.
You don't feel it's going to be harder for you now? Especially you've been out of it so long. Yeah.
I take it because it's a hobby for me, so I don't put pressure on myself to make it, because so it's basically an outlet. So I don't put that kind of pressure. So I really enjoy what I'm doing right now. So there's no pressures.
And that's actually the best thing of all. You don't have to worry, really labor of love, as you mentioned, and fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so you'll be doing 5 songs for us today.
This next one is on the album.
All right.
And this one is dedicated to Jacqueline, my wife.
Okay, finally a song for your wife.
And with the message, happy SG50. So that's the message. Happy SG50, and she'll know what I mean.
Especially for Jacqueline.
It's called She Walks In.
She Walks In?
Yeah, it's on the album.
All right, this will be your last song for the evening. Before we actually finish off, any last shout-outs you want to make to anybody out there who may be watching this afternoon? Yeah.
Ian, Leon, study.
Okay, that's a first. A first for Soft TV. We get a performer telling their kids to actually get back to their studies.
Historic first, really.
Historic first.
First.
Now I have seen everything. Definitely. Okay. And we've got Leslie cracking up behind the camera as well. So we better, before I start going, we better get going. Ladies and gentlemen, last time out this afternoon, please put your hands together for Brian Pereira.
Thank you. She walks in when I'm alone. She walks into my home, and the loneliness is broken, 'cause her love has come my way. She walks into my life to stay. She walks in and I'm renewed. She walks in, I'm understood. And the days are filled with laughter as our love has surely bloomed. She walks in and life is good. All my life I've been alone, in silence been my friend. I've been too long on this lonely road, but now I've reached the end. When she walks in smilingly, she walks in and God's blessed me. And her love is like the rainbow, bringing colors to my gloom. She walks in and love has found a room. She walks in and love has found a room. Ooh. She walks in, love has found a room. She walks in and love has found a room.
She walks in and love has found a room. Fantastic words. Wonderful stuff. And all you softies out there, you've been listening to the sounds of Brian Pereira for the last 45 minutes or so. Thanks so much for doing Soft TV, Brian. We certainly hope you had
Thanks for having me.
you're very welcome. And we certainly hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I did.
Any last words of wisdom, anything you want to share with us before we call it an afternoon?
He's lost for words.
Lost for words. I'm lost for words.
You can tell your kids to study hard again.
Any last upcoming performances that you're going to be doing in the near future that we can catch you?
Not yet, actually.
Okay.
Not yet.
I tell you what, I have your. I'm Facebook friends with you, I think.
Cool.
So I'm going to try and keep an eye on you and find out when you're doing your next performance, and I will upload the information onto the Soft TV Facebook website.
Cool.
And keep everybody up there, notified.
Thank you.
Great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Pereira. We're going to go for a half an hour or 45-minute break before we bring up the next act. And being in
The
gonna be
next band will be Babushka.
that's right, and they're gonna be interviewed by none other
Then me.
Trumpet Django.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, a well-deserved rest for me, FGL. We'll see you in about 45. Take care and chill.
Take care. See you around.